and want to welcome you into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always, presented by Tab Bank. I'm Alex Napolis, and we're here at America First Field as we get ready to kick off the 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game, and it will be played by the number 1 overall seed, the Lone Peak Knights, as they get ready to take on number 2, the Syracuse Titans. Lone Peak and Syracuse going head-to-head. Lone Peak has a chance to make history tonight. No team in 6A girls soccer has been able to do the three-peat, but Lone Peak have their sights set on back-to-back-to-back state champs. For the Syracuse Titans, they have no state championships yet to talk about, but they hope that they can leave this stadium tonight with their first ever girls soccer state championship. Final preparations as both teams take the field, and we get ready to kick off first half action here at America First Field. It is the Syracuse Titans in the white. They'll be going to the left of your screen here in the first half, and it is the Lone Peak Knights in the black. They're going to the right. Final preparations, the whistle, and we are underway here in the 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game. That ball goes out of bounds and out, and Syracuse here will have a throw-in on the near sideline. That ball headed away, one back by Lone Peak. It's Levitt. Levitt settles it for Harding. Harding goes out wide to Snow. Snow whips the ball in. Doesn't bounce over Smith. Here's Fuller. Giving chase is Hislop, and Hislop will just clear this one out and away. And a corner kick coming up here for the Lone Peak Knights. Or excuse me, a throw-in coming in here for the Lone Peak Knights. Heimele tries to get a ball out wide. That one will roll out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up now for the Titans here on the corner. It'll be Smith to throw it in. Waiting for options. Okay, Fuller pokes it through, finds Levitt. Levitt played it up to Stratton. Harding had possession. Harding goes down. One back here by the Titans. Indy Heap can't get a touch on it. Now up the sideline is Zettner. Zettner can't keep that one from going out of bounds. A throw-in now coming up for the Titans here on the near sideline. Ball back in play. Header flicked through by Eddie. Eddie now brings it down. Eddie now with a chance, loses possession. Harding's there to win it back for Lone Peak. The whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for the Knights. Lone Peak will try to whip this ball into a dangerous spot. Create some havoc in front of goal. Ball whipped in. Headed away, and Aaron Bott off her line to collect. Senior goalkeeper Aaron Bott coming up there off her line, picks it up and boots it away. Now ball on the other end with Talia Thompson. Thompson cuts inside, goes to ground, nicely defended by Snow. And now Olivia Snow pushing it up for Lone Peak. Harding can't bring it in, it goes out. Syracuse throw-in on the far sideline. Eddie has options inside the box. Taylor Hughes header, can't redirect it on frame. It goes past Indy Heap, and now Heap giving chase. Nicely cut out there. Zettner to throw it in here on the near sideline. Ball in, Fuller goes to ground. The whistle, the foul called. And a free kick coming up here for the Lone Peak Knights. It'll be Piercy to take the free kick. Ball booted away. Zettner tracks it down. Heap plays it up over the top. Taylor Hughes trying to get onto the end of it. It's Hannah Haimuli for Lone Peak. Trying to get it out wide to Stratton. It'll go out of bounds and out, and a throw in for Syracuse over on the far sideline. Cut out by the Knights. Ava Christensen just booting this one up and away. Ball goes out of bounds. A corner kick coming up here for the Titans. Set piece opportunity for the number 2 seed. Everybody line up at the back post. Plays it near. Heap flicks it through. Loose ball in front of goal, and Eliza Collings coming up. Picks it up and denies any danger there from the Syracuse Titans, the 4-year starter for the Lone Peak Knights. Eliza Collings will boot this one away. Holds the state records for shutouts and has been impressive all season long. The Lone Peak Knights registering 14 shutouts this season so far. One of the best defensive units in the state. Harding settles it. Ball given away. Here come the Titans. Ball played in over the top. Talia Thompson running off of it. Thompson defended by Villarreal. Cuts inside. Thompson takes the shot, and it goes wide. Good crowd out here for the Syracuse Titans. Student section on their feet. Eliza Collings here with a goal kick to boot this one away. Fuller winning it back for Lone Peak. Ball played in behind. Bott stays on her line. And rightly so, as that one will just roll out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Taking a look at the two teams at hand for the Lone Peak Knights, led by head coach Chantel Jolly, 8th year in charge, 18-1-1 overall in the season. Finished 8-0 in Region 3 play, of course, region champs. And the number 1 seed coming into this tournament, 65 goals scored on the season, 8 goals against. Coming into this one on an 11-game win streak. And, of course, are the back-to-back defending 6A champions. That ball in behind. Collings off her line. Picks it up. And averts the danger there for Lone Peak. Their one loss on the season coming to the Layton Lancers non-region game. That one ended 2-2 in regulation. Ended up going to the penalty shootout where Lone Peak fell 4-2. And that is the only loss for the Knights this year. Took down American Fork in region play, 3-0 and 2-1 in overtime. Beat Corner Canyon 5-0 and 2-1. Syracuse here on the attack with Eddie, looking for options. Villarreal there defensively. Ball played in and cleared away by Heimele. Now Harding. A couple of really good, impressive out of region wins for the Lone Peak Knights as well this season. Beat Maple Mountain, beat Olympus, and beat Park City. Got the first round bye. And took down number 17 Westlake 3-0 in the second round. Got a 3-0 win over Copper Hills in the quarterfinals, and then earlier this week took down number 4 Mountain Ridge 4-0 in a semifinal matchup to set themselves up here back in a 6A state championship game. Here's Indy Heap for Syracuse. Snow is there, clears it away for Lone Peak. Smith gets a touch, clears it away. Hislop trying to track it down. It's Levitt who wins it. Ball poked over the top. Ava Christensen will boot this one out and away. Throw in for the Lone Peak Knights over on the far sideline. Here comes Levitt. Ball played in behind, and it'll go safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. For the Syracuse Titans, led by third-year head coach Jason Steiner. 18-3 overall in the season, 7-1 in Region 1 play. Finished first at the top of that region and are the number 2 seed coming into this tournament. 58 goals scored this season, 20 goals against. 9 clean sheets registered on the season for Aaron Bott in this defensive unit. Like a Lone Peak side, also very good, very stout defensively. Got wins against Skyridge, wins against Harriman, wins against Morgan this season. They're out of region losses, coming to Westfield 4-3 in the penalty shootout and lost to Corner Canyon 4-2. They beat Farmington twice in region play to cement themselves at the top of the region. Their one region loss coming to the Weaver Warriors, that one by a 5-4 penalty shootout. Got the first round bye, beat number 15 Cedar Valley 2-0. Took down number 10 Corner Canyon 2-0, and then earlier this week beat the Davis Darts, a region rival, 2-1 in the semifinals to set themselves up here in a state championship game. Again, the Titans looking for their first girls soccer state championship. Throw-in coming up here on the near sideline. Eddie trying to connect it up to Taylor Hughes, cut out by Lone Peak's defense. Here's Hannah Himuli. Christensen there. Henley trying to track it down. Now Himuli for Lone Peak. Ball played in. A heavy touch there from Stratton as it goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Substitution coming up here. Henley heading to the bench for a breather. And checking into the game, looks like Hadley, nope, excuse me, that is Abby Risley coming in for the Titans. Talia Thompson up the sideline. Thompson. Snow there defensively. Thompson. It took a deflection off of Olivia Snow. That goes out of bounds and out. A corner kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans with 28 minutes left to go in the first. Set piece opportunity coming up for Syracuse. Ball whipped in, back post. Loose ball inside the box, takes a deflection and poked away. Somehow going out the other end. Lone Peak's defense coming up with the clearance. The second chance opportunity goes out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up. Big opportunity there for Syracuse to try to take the lead. Nicely defended by Lone Peak. Collings now will boot this one away off the goal kick. Stratton flicks it through. Finds Harding. Ivy Harding cuts inside. Leaves it for Himuli. Now giving chase is Bassett. Bassett will play it to Christensen. Back to Bassett. Risley. Pressured by Stratton. Now booted away by Christensen. Here's Taylor Hughes, defended by Piercy. Hughes trying to cut it back inside. Coming across defensively, though, Kate Fuller making the challenge. It goes out of bounds. Risley will throw it in. Hislop will throw it in now for Syracuse. And a couple of formational changes already in the early goings for Syracuse. Smith started over here on the left sideline. Now you can find her in the middle of the park. Risley was over here on the left sideline. Now you can find her over on the right, whereas Hislop has made her way over here to the left side. There's Smith running up the right side. And that ball will go out of bounds and out for the corner. Sophie Smith, the junior, trying to cross a ball into the box. Deflected well by the Lone Peak defense, and now a corner kick coming up here. Everybody lining up at the back post for the Titans. Ball whipped into that back post. Talia Thompson again across the face of goal. Cleared away by Lone Peak. Hislop trying to win it back. That one will just roll back to Ava Christensen. Plays the ball back in, trying to find it over the top to Taylor Hughes. Headed away by Villarreal. Now here is a ball played in over the top. Talia Thompson on the end of it. Brings it down. Waiting for options. Crosses it into Taylor Hughes. Another clearance. Another corner kick coming up here for the Knights. Or excuse me, for the Titans. As the Knights defense coming up big. Eddie heading over to the far sideline to take. Titans lining up at the back post. This one whipped in near post. He tries to flick it through. Risley is there. Pokes it out to Bassett. Now here comes the Lone Peak Knights. Ivy Harding gets it to Stratton. Dangerous counterattack coming here. Stratton. Christensen is there. Ball played in behind and safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Looked like the counterattack was going there for the Lone Peak Knights. The final pass from Stratton, just too much power behind it, and it goes back to Bott. Lone Peak still here on the attack. Ivy Harding turns, settles it for Heimuli. Ball out wide, looking for Levitt. Levitt can't get to it, and now it's out for a Titan throw over on the far sideline. Ball cleared away there by Carly Hobbs. Now at the feet of Christensen, who boots this one up and away. Out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. Prior to those substitutions, as it looks like Levitt heading to the bench for a breather. Hobbs tracks it down and boots it away. Heimuli near the center circle, crosses the midfield line, defended by Martin. Ball goes out, a throw-in coming up for the Titans over on the far sideline. Ball in the air. Harding gets a head on it, but Ivy Harding called for the foul. Foul and a free kick coming up for Syracuse. Trying to boot this ball away. Christensen will take. Hobbs lets it bounce, gets it back to Christensen. Ball booted away. Harding trying to battle out for possession. Harding wins it, pokes it through, but we do have a whistle. The foul called, and ball's coming back the other way. A free kick here against Lone Peak. Titan ball with 21:17 left to go. About halfway through with the first half here is Lone Peak and Syracuse all tied up at 0-0 in the 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game. That ball booted away. And Woolley heads it, trying to get it to Stratton. Nice step by Hislop. Stratton trying to track it down. Here's Haimuli winning it back for Lone Peak. Back to Hannah Haimuli. Now Kate Fuller. Fuller plays it to Harding. Harding gets it out of a tight space. Trying to find it back to Haimuli. It's behind Hannah Haimuli, able to recover well. Ball out wide to Casto. Now Haimuli. Fuller in the center circle. Fuller defended by Eddie. Now here comes Kate Fuller. Dribbles past one. Can't get past a second. As Martin coming up with the challenge, but Martin called for the foul. And a free kick coming up here for the Knights in a very dangerous spot. Kate Fuller standing over it to take 3 on the wall for the Titans. Free kick here for Fuller. Lone Peak trying to take a lead. Fuller will take it from there, and it goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Not a bad look there from Kate Fuller. The ball just doesn't dip down in time for Fuller to try to catch Aaron Bott. It goes over the bar, out the goal kick here. And Lone Peak quickly winning back possession. Ivy Harding tries to settle it for Levitt, and that ball cleared away. Ball will go all the way back to Eliza Collings, who boots this one up and away. Out of bounds and out. A throw in coming up for the Titans over on the far sideline. Nice touch by Eddie. Leaves it for Hughes. Taylor Hughes back to to Risley. Risley trying to play that ball up to Talia Thompson. Takes a deflection. It goes out. A Titan throw-in coming up here. Eddie brings it down. Trying to take it up the sideline. Here's Eddie. And nicely defended by Lone Peak. Out of bounds and a goal kick coming up here. Substitutions for the Titans. Risley heading over to the bench for a breather as McLean checks in. Collings here will boot it away on the goal kick. Heavy touch by Heap. Indy Heap brings it down. Indy Heap, one of the goal scorers in that semifinal game against the Davis Starts. Zentner there boots it away. That ball goes out of bounds and out off of Fuller. A throw-in coming up for the Titans. Hislop throws it in. Eddie tries to head it, flick it through with the header. Titans back in possession. Here's Christensen. Hobbs clears it away. Heat brings it down, heavy touch. And now tries to find Taylor Hughes. Hughes can't bring it in. Levitt tracking it down for Lone Peak. Here's Macy Levitt. Ball goes out wide to Casto. Casto cuts inside and given away. Nicely done defensively by Sophie Smith. Or excuse me, Sophie Martin. Martin again winning it back. Here's Talia Thompson for the Titans. Plays it back to Hobbs. Hobbs goes out wide to Heap. Heap gets it over Zettner. And can't get it past Hamuli. Heine Hamuli coming across. Makes the defensive play. Titans back in possession. Hughes plays it to Heap. Heavy pass back to Hughes and given away. Here's Harding. For the Knights, quickly going down the other way with Fuller. Gets it in back to Ivy Harding. Advantage played. Here's Harding. Cuts it back. Gets it to Stratton. Stratton touch inside. Goes back out. Now into the box. Defended by Hislop. Hislop goes to ground. Stratton crosses it in. And Aaron Bott spills. But Bott able to get back up and collect. Aaron Bott can clear it away here for the Titans. Now Hughes. Taylor Hughes goes to ground. One back by Lone Peak. Martin back to Bott. Bott boots it away. Only to find Stratton. Stratton plays it in centrally to Zettner. Zettner takes the shot, deflected by Hobbs. Hislop with the step, cuts out the pass. Lone Peak still in possession. Here's Harding. Ivy Harding plays the ball into Fuller. Fuller goes down. Haimuli tracks it down. Lone Peak in possession. Here's Kate Fuller near the top of the 18. Takes a left-footed shot, deflected by Ava Christensen. And it'll go out of bounds and out. Lone Peak's offense starting to heat up. Corner kick coming up here. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Knights. Ivy Harding heading over to the far sideline to take the corner for Lone Peak. Everybody inside of the box defensively for Syracuse. Ball whipped in near post. Eddie is there. Eddie clears it away. And a goal kick coming up here. Looked like it came off of Eddie, but they'll say it took a deflection off of a Lone Peak attacker. And now a goal kick here for Syracuse, trying to clear away their lines. Heap lets it bounce. And now Heap plays one in over the top. Hobbs comes across with a header. Christensen there, heads it away again. Bassett, heavy touch. Finds Ivy Harding. Fuller, nicely defended by Bassett. Goes to ground, clears it away. Talia Thompson does a good job to keep that one from going out of bounds. And now a ball played by Martin over the top. Taylor Hughes is there. Hughes trying to play a ball in behind. And cleared away by Piercy. Thompson trying to track it down. Taylor Hughes with the header, gets to it. The whistle, the foul called, and an opportunity here for Syracuse to clear this one away. The Titans, last couple of minutes, on their heels a bit as Lone Peak trying to find their opportunity getting forward. Here's a chance to clear it away and maybe relieve some of that pressure. Christensen will kick it away. Eddie trying to bring it down, does. Eddie now into the box. Eddie gets it out to Thompson. Talia Thompson cuts back, stays on her feet. Levitt's there trying to clear it away. Talia Thompson losing out possession here to Levitt. Martin is there, nice step. Martin whips it into the box, headed away by Piercy, and that one will go out of bounds and out. For the throw-in over for the Titans on that far sideline, taken quickly. McLean brings it down. McLean back out wide to Talia Thompson, who crosses it in, goes near posts, and nobody there but Eliza Cullings, who picks it up for the Lone Peak Knights. Cullings pushing her team up. Cleared away by Hobbs for Syracuse. Thompson tracks it down. Nicely cut out by Lone Peak. Quickly won back, though, by Syracuse. That ball played back to Christensen. Harding steals it away from Christensen. And now Ivy Harding in behind. Harding shot. Aaron Butt coming up with a save. Oh, Ivy Harding had it, but Aaron Butt says not today and clears it away. Here is the Titans going down the other way. And Villarreal's there to get it back for Lone Peak. Aaron Butt coming up with a phenomenal save, denying Ivy Harding at the doorstep. And here with 10:35 left to go. All tied up at 0-0 thanks to Aaron Butt. Taylor Hughes playing it back to Hobbs, who plays it wide to Heap. Heap gets it back in centrally. Nobody there but Piercy, who clears it away. Harding settles it back for Levitt. Levitt gets it out wide to Casto. Now ball in behind, looking for Stratton, and Aaron Butt off her line to collect. Nicely defended by Syracuse. His slop was there to knock Stratton off the ball, and that's enough for Aaron Butt to come off her line and collect. Hughes with a header. Hughes trying to play it in behind to Thompson. Cullings off her line, and now Cullings coming up with a good read. Battle of the goalkeepers here early in this 6A championship game. Cullings boots it away. Now on the other end quickly, here's Fuller inside the box. Fuller brings it down. Fuller waiting for options, gets it to Stratton. Back to Kate Fuller. Cut back, nice chop, crosses it in, goes back post. Harding's there, lets it roll past. Defended by Bassett. Harding looking for options. Gets it to Levitt. Levitt almost dispossessed. Here's Snow. Snow taking it from distance and safely into the hands of Aaron Butt. Butt will boot it away. Nice touch from Eddie. And Hena Himuli coming over across and denies any chance there from Eddie. Himuli goes down, wants the whistle, nothing called. Ball will go out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up here for the Knights. Prior to, though, substitution, as it looks like Sammy Schiffman checking back in for Casto. Or excuse me, it'll be Harding heading to the bench for a breather. Throw in by Zettner. Schiffman brings it down, gets it back to Zettner. Ball cleared away. Here's Hughes. Hughes back to Hobbs. Hobbs up the sideline to Heap. Heap, heavy touch, is clipped by Zettner. And the whistle and a foul called. Free kick coming up. 7:09 left to go here in the first half. All tied up at 0-0. The biggest chance and the biggest opportunity for either side was that chance earlier from Ivy Harding, denied by Aaron Butt. See if Syracuse now can find a big chance. Hobbs will whip it in to the top of the 18. Loose ball inside the box, cleared away by the Knights. Kate Fuller tracks it down. Plays it to Stratton. Stratton now centrally. And cut out by Martin. Sophie Martin coming up with a nice defensive stop. Ball given away. Out of bounds and out off of McLean. Oh no, they'll say came off of Lone Peak. And now a throw-in. Coming up for Syracuse over on that far sideline. Prior to those substitutions, as Paisley Marion checking in for Syracuse. Ball back in with the Titans. Talia Thompson takes a heavy touch. That one goes out of bounds and out. And a throw-in coming up for Lone Peak over on the far sideline. Ball back to Villarreal. Plays it across, looking for Stratton. Cut out by Hislop. Piercy's there, clears it away. Bassett gets it to Hislop. Trying to play it up to Marion. Again, Mackenzie Hislop just boots it up. Tracked down by the Titans. Here's McLean. Plays it back to Hobbs. Hobbs trying to find Marion. Giving away those. Stratton now in possession for Lone Peak. Ball in behind. Levitt running off of it. Christensen shielding Levitt off the ball. Has to shield it off for Aaron Bott. Bott coming off her line and picks it up and collects. Bott will boot it away. The whistle, the foul, and a free kick coming up here for Syracuse, as the Titans will look to play a ball into the box. Hobbs plays it in over the top. Collings off her line. And Eliza Collings reads it, collects. The number 99 can now boot this one away. Hislop lets it bounce. Bassett tracking it down. Against Fuller. Fuller brings it in for Lone Peak. Bassett defending. Fuller waiting for options. Fuller plays it in. Schiffman, heavy touch, cleared away by Syracuse. Zettner will throw it in. Stratton, nice turn. Stratton up the sideline, crosses it in. And that one will go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Want to take this opportunity to remind you, 3A and 2A girls soccer happening tomorrow. That kicks off at 11 a.m. McLean out wide. Ball whipped in, and Villarreal was there. Comes off of the junior defender. Ball goes out of bounds, and a corner kick coming up here for the Titans. 2:40 left to go. 0-0 here in the 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game. Ball whipped in. Collings punches it away. Bassett trying to track it down, does. Pokes it out wide. Eddie brings it in. Eddie crosses it in. Punched away by Eliza Collings. The cross ended up being right in front of Collings' net. And if Collings wasn't there, that would have ended up going in from Josie Eddy. Instead, a corner kick coming up here for the Titans. Eddy on the near sideline will take. Josie Eddy. Back post. Collings again off her line. And this time loose ball inside the box. Cleared away by the Knights. Kate Fuller clears it away. Christensen trying to get it back. Piercy there clearing it for Lone Peak. Now the Knights trying to hit with numbers. Stratton up the near sideline, cuts inside. Hobbs is there and clears it away. Stratton still down after the challenge. Lone Peak on the attack. Levitt crosses it in. Goes far back post. Nobody there. It goes out of bounds. And we'll have a stoppage. No, we'll have a goal kick here. A minute to go in the first half of the girls' 6A state championship game. Substitutions here being made by Lone Peak. As Stratton will come off. Ivy Harding back into the game. .27 seconds left. Bott boots it away. Harding there with the header. Fuller. Harding. Harding, shot from distance, and again safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Bott can now boot it away. The countdown here at America First Field. The final few seconds of the first half. Hughes over the top, and that will do it. We head to the halftime break with everything to play for in the second half. Aaron Bott so far the hero for the Titans. Coming up with some massive, massive saves. Eliza Collings also coming up with a big save there late to deny Eddie from scoring off a cross. Halftime break, 0-0 tied up between Syracuse and Lone Peak. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank. But when we return, second half action here on KSLSports.com. I want to welcome you back into America First Field as we get ready to start second half action between the Syracuse Titans and the Lone Peak Knights. The 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game all tied up at 0-0 as we get ready to start second half action. And it is the Syracuse Titans in the white. They'll go to the right of your screen here in the second half. And it is the Lone Peak Knights in the black. They'll go to the left. That ball played in over the top. Snow trying to get onto the end of it as it goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Lone Peak trying to take the goal kick quickly. Now out to Piercy. Here's Heaps. That ball goes out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up for the Titans over on that far sideline. Hislop to throw it in. Piercy's there. Tracks it down for the Knights. Now Piercy can boot it away. Hey, Moley couldn't bring it in. And it goes out for the Titans throwing over on the far sideline. Cleared away by Piercy. And Hislop goes down. The foul here against the Knights. Foul and a free kick for Syracuse. Chance to whip it into the box and see if they can break the deadlock. Set piece opportunity. Two on the wall for the Knights. Hobbs will whip it in. Collings punches it away. And Bassett trying to track it down, won by Fuller. Kate Fuller trying to turn it up for Lone Peak. Hit on a quick counterattack. Ball played in centrally. Heimuli can't get on the end of it. Now here's Talia Thompson. And nicely done by Snow to deny Thompson from pushing that up. Stratton trying to play it in behind. Aaron Bott off her line, collects. Ball booted away. Nice turn there from Eddie. It's too heavy of a touch as it goes out and into the hands of Eliza Collins. Snow. Bassett winning it back. Now Snow for Lone Peak. Out to Stratton. Stratton in centrally. Stratton in behind to Harding. And nicely done by Christensen to boot it back to Bott. Bott has to just kick this one away. And Heimuli's there trying to recover possession for Lone Peak. Taylor Hughes goes to ground. They wanted the foul, the designated visiting fans. Ball here with Lone Peak. Schiffman trying to play it in centrally. Loose ball. And Eddie winning it here for the Titans. Eddie cuts inside. Eddie trying to poke it through. And it'll go back to Eliza Cullings. Ball booted away. Stratton, chop. Stratton up the sideline. Nicely cut out by Martin. No, the whistle, the foul called. And a free kick here. Free kick for the Lone Peak Knights as Ivy Harding will stand over it to take. 3 on the wall for the Titans. Everybody lined up at the top of the 18. Harding whips the ball in towards the back post. Headed away. Levitt trying to track it down. Cut out by McLean. The whistle, the foul called as McLean goes down. And this one's a free kick now going against the Knights. Chance here for the Titans to clear this one away. Lone Peak quickly winning it back. Here's Levitt. Macy Levitt goes out wide. Ball played in. Headed away. Loose ball inside the box. Levitt takes the shot, and that one will just skim across the face of goal. Out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up here. The lights at Zions Bank have turned on, much to the joy of both fan bases. Harding can't bring in possession. Taylor Hughes clears it away for Syracuse. Harding. Here's Zettner. Levitt trying to play it up the sideline. Now gets it out to Schiffman. Schiffman. Ball whipped in. And nobody there to capitalize. Fuller tracking it down on the other side. Fuller. Harding crosses it in. Headed away. Hannah Heimuli brings it down, hits it off the volley, and it just goes over the bar. Big chance there for the Lone Peak Knights. Hannah Heimuli off the volley as it just goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Played short to Christensen. Now here's possession with Hughes. 2 Lone Peak players down. And that one goes out of bounds. Martin will track it down to throw it in. Martin, ball in for the for the Titans. Ball played in, Hene Muli's there, cuts it out. And now Zettner, the Knights in possession. Ball will trickle back into the hands safely of Aaron Bott. Bott here boots it away. Ball comes up for Christensen. Cleared out. And a collision as Hislop and Schiffman collide. And a foul and a free kick. This one will go against the Syracuse Titans. And a free kick now for Lone Peak. Ball whipped in over the top by Snow. Headed back post and in! And no, it will not stand. The offside flag is raised. Lone Peak thought they had the opening goal. The offside flag says no. And this one stays tied up at 0-0. Ball booted up over the top. Aaron Bott off her line, picks it up, collects. And a big chance there for Lone Peak to try to take the lead. The ball ends up in the back of the net. I believe the last one to touch or to play it was Stratton. And now Lone Peak quickly going down the other way. Here's Fuller. Back in for Harding. Goes out wide. Levitt giving chase. Ball will go out. And a throw in for Lone Peak. Ball whipped into the box. Stratton can't get to it. Headed away by Martin. Ball goes out of bounds. Throwing for Lone Peak over on the far sideline. And a corner kick coming up here. For the Knights. 29-16 left to go. Ball whipped in towards the back post. Martin clears it away. And now Lone Peak trying to recycle this opportunity. Poked away. Zettner trying to get it up. Heap will shield it away, and it lands at Christensen. Christensen clears it up and away. An opportunity here for the Knights. A whistle and a foul called, and a free kick here for Syracuse. And a chance here to clear some of, or I guess relieve some of that pressure. It has been nonstop sustained pressure for the Knights for the large majority of this second half. And now the Titans here in possession with Hobbs. Plays it out to Martin. Martin trying to turn up past Stratton. Cut out by Stratton. Now in centrally to Levitt, who settles it for Heimuli. Ball goes out wide to Zettner. Here's Hannah Heimuli. Has time and space. Heimuli out wide to Stratton. Stratton plays it back to Harding. Harding taking a shot from distance. It goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Substitutions coming up here for Syracuse. In the heap, heading to the bench for a breather. Checking in is Paisley Marion. Aaron Bott will boot it away. Quickly one back by Lone Peak. Levitt plays it to Zettner. Now Harding. Harding trying to play it up to the near sideline for Stratton. That one goes out of bounds and out. Smith plays it in. Christensen doing a good job there. Ava Christensen plays it across to Hobbs. Hobbs clears it away for Syracuse. Marion giving chase. Piercy giving chase. And Piercy will just poke this one out. A throw-in coming up for the Titans over on the far sideline. Ball played in. Taylor Hughes brings it down. Ball inside the box. And cleared away by Lone Peak. Harding. This is Kate Fuller. Ball cleared away. Giving chase here is Piercy. Taylor Hughes trying to get onto the end of it. That ball will roll out of bounds and out for the throw-in for the Titans over on the far sideline. Hislop will play it in. Cleared away. Takes another bounce out. Throw in. First Syracuse. Another ball out of bounds, another throw-in coming up here. Ball whipped into the box. Talia Thompson trying to get on the end of it. Here headed away by Lone Peak. Here comes Marion trying to keep that from going out of bounds. Kent and a goal kick coming up here for Lone Peak. Substitutions coming up here for both sides. Checking into the game is Casto checking in for Lone Peak. Coming into the game for the Syracuse Titans is Brianna Brown. Ball booted away. Throw in here for Martin. Throw in now for Syracuse here on the near sideline. Brown gets a touch. Brown takes the shot. And it does take a deflection according to the officials. And a corner kick coming up here for the Syracuse Titans. Set piece opportunity coming up. 23:44 left to go. Eddie, ball whipped in. Collings punches it away and cleared out by Lone Peak. Bassett tracks it down. And a whistle and the foul called. Bassett goes to ground. Fuller whistled for the foul and a free kick here for the Syracuse Titans. It will be Hobbs to take. Two on the wall for the Knights. Hobbs floats one in towards the back post, and Eliza Cullings off for a line to collect. Nicely done by the senior goalkeeper. Boots it away. Another whistle, another foul, and another free kick coming up here against the Knights. Titans, free kick. Christensen to take. Christensen boots one in towards the top of the 18. Taylor Hughes in behind! And there it is! Taylor Hughes! It's a goal for the Titans! And Taylor Hughes does it again, had a goal in the semifinals, and the leading goal scorer for the Titans has one here in the state championship game. Goal number 26 on this season for Taylor Hughes. And the Knights down a goal to nothing. Villarreal. Ball will go all the way up and out for the goal kick. Aaron Bott will clear it away. Ball cleared out by Christensen. Doesn't get the cleanest of touches. Still able to get it away. Only momentarily as Snow now in possession. Snow plays it in. Cleared out by the Titans. Piercy. Plays it across to Casto. Casto plays it in behind. Aaron Bott here will boot it away. Hughes, the goal scorer, plays one in behind. Marion giving chase. Piercy giving chase. Piercy gets there. Hard collision between Piercy and Marion. And it goes out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for the Knights. Substitutions. Halfway through the second half. 20 minutes to go here at America First Field. The Titans up a goal to nothing. The number 2 leading the number 1. Lone Peak in search of a third straight title. It would be a 6A first. The Titans looking for their first ever title. That ball cleared away. Foul and a free kick coming up here. Lone Peak free kick in a dangerous spot. Everybody heading towards the top of the 18 to line up. Kate Fuller to take. Fuller low driven shot, and it's deflected by the wall. Comes out for the Titans. Here's Talia Thompson, and Thompson can't keep it from going out of bounds. Fans wanted the whistle. They wanted the free kick. Instead, a throw in here for Lone Peak. Harding gets it over. Cleared out by Christensen. And a throw in now coming up for Lone Peak. Ball played in. Haimuli. Brown is there to win it back for Syracuse. Here comes Talia Thompson. Thompson up the sideline, trying to get past Villarreal. Cuts back. Thompson crosses it in. Awkward clearance for the Knights, and Eliza Collings now off her line to collect. Eliza Collings will boot it away. Lands at Brown. Brown plays it in centrally to the goal scorer, Hughes. Can't get to it. Now here's Taylor Hughes. Ball booted away. Giving chase is Christensen. Christensen kicks it out. And a throw-in coming up for the Knights here on the near sideline. Olivia Snow to throw it in. Talia Thompson for Syracuse. Out to Brown. Brianna Brown getting past Snow. Tries to get it back, and Eliza Collings there and her defender not on the same page. It goes out of bounds and out for the corner. Eliza Collings here telling her defense, settle down, we're still in this. 16:45 left to go. Set piece opportunity coming up here for the Titans. Eddie to take. Ball whipped in. Goes back post. Collings tries to punch it out. Misses. Talia Thompson takes the shot. Deflected and cleared away. Here's Bassett. Bassett from distance. And it goes out for the goal kick. Taken quickly by Collings. Here's Harding. Ivy Harding playing it up. Nobody there but Martin. Sophie Martin plays it up. Thompson giving chase. Thompson takes a deflection off of Villarreal. And a corner kick now coming up here for the Titans. Set piece opportunity coming up for Syracuse. Trying to find an opportunity to extend this lead. Ball whipped in, near post. Hughes is there, tries to flick it through. Cleared away by Villarreal. Ball comes out to the near sideline for a throw-in. Martin to throw it in. Ball cleared away. Hobbs plays it up over the top. And Mully there with the header. Eddie trying to win it back. Here's Harding. Plays it out wide to Stratton. Nice touch inside by Stratton. Here comes an opportunity for the Knights. Stratton tries to play one in over the top. Aaron Bott coming off her line and just clears it away. Lone Peak quickly back in possession. That one goes out of bounds and out. Knights throwing over on the far sideline. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw in over on the far sideline for Lone Peak. Ball back in play. Hannah Haimuli winning it back. Goes out wide. And down goes I believe that was Zettner on the ball. And a free kick coming up here for Lone Peak in a dangerous spot. Two on the wall for the Syracuse Titans. Everybody lined up at the top of the 18. Ivy Harding standing over the ball to take for Lone Peak. Harding. Everybody but one Syracuse player in the box defending. Ball whipped in, back post! Headed through by Stratton. As it's just a little too high for Sadie Stratton. Can't redirect it on frame. It goes out of bounds and out, and a goal kick here for Bott to boot it away. Substitution prior to, as it looks like Indy Heap back into the game for the Titans. Schiffman back in for Lone Peak. And Schiffman redirecting traffic. She'll come out to this near sideline while Stratton switches over to the far side. The shot from distance from Harding. And it goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Ivy Harding would be no stranger to a long-range golazo. I believe it was the semifinal last season where Ivy Harding scored one. Christensen clears it away. Ball goes out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up for the Titans. Martin to throw it in. Eddie gets a touch over the top. Brown giving chase. It goes out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. Headed away. Out of bounds and out once more. Another throw-in coming up for Syracuse here on the near sideline as Martin will throw it in. Brown to throw it in now. Brianna Brown gets it towards the top of the 18. Hughes there, tries to flick it back with the header. Cleared away by Lone Peak. Bassett goes to ground. Harding in possession. Trying to get the ball back to Ivy Harding. Now here's Levitt. And nicely cut out by Bassett. Olivia Snow plays it up over the top. Trying to get it to Schiffman. And instead goes out of bounds for the throw-in. Here on the near sideline, Martin to throw it in. Hannah Haymuli with the header away. Lone Peak throw. Finds Harding. Cleared out by Hughes. Heavy collision between Harding and Hughes. And ball will go out for the throw. Martin plays it in to Christensen. Christensen playing it across to Hobbs. Hobbs almost losing possession, now does. Levitt playing it to Fuller. Fuller in behind for Harding. Harding goes down, advantage played. No, the whistle. And the foul and the free kick coming up here for the Knights. Lone Peak free kick in a really dangerous spot. Ivy Harding already has the ball, standing, getting ready to stand over it to take. Eddie and the Titans pleading their case. And now here with 19:15 to go in the second half. Lone Peak down a goal, but a chance here off the free kick. Trying to find the equalizer. 4 on the wall for the Titans. Harding. Hand in the air. Left-footed, low-driven shot. Fuller, rebound. No good. And now Haimuli! No! Coming across defensively! How about it? The goal scorer, Taylor Hughes, down onto the turf and denies the shot from Haimuli. Now ahead of Haimuli, trying to play it back in, cleared away. Syracuse defending for their lives. Levitt plays it in and cleared out. Only to find Harding. Now here's Villarreal. Villarreal goes out wide. It's Stratton. Cuts inside. Levitt for Harding. Out wide. Ball inside the box. Cleared away by Taylor Hughes. Again, Hughes coming up on the defensive side of the ball for the Titans. Tracked down by Schiffman. Crosses it in. Booted out by Christensen. Villarreal brings it down. Schiffman. Ball whipped in. In front of goal. Christensen clears it away. Villarreal back in front of goal. And now Taylor Hughes boots it out. It's a foot race. Piercy and Thompson. Piercy goes back to Eliza Collins, who boots it away. Harding. Harding now inside the box, settles it for Stratton. Stratton, the flag is raised. And we'll play the advantage. Stratton was caught in an offside position, but with the clearance, that ball is away. There's a tie-in on the ground as Taylor Hughes slow to get up, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 6:51 left to go. Taylor Hughes has been all over the place for Syracuse. Hughes getting stretched out by her teammates, and now here Hughes back up on her feet. And it'll be a throw-in for the Knights over on the far sideline with 6:53 left to go. Thompson trying to track it down. Here's Fuller. Kate Fuller cuts back inside. Fuller, right-footed shot, and it's a big save by Aaron Butt. Time and time again, Aaron Butt has come up huge for the Titans, and Butt can now boot it away. Ball goes out of bounds over on the far side. Another throw-in. Syracuse ball over on the far sideline. Deflected off of Zettner. And that one goes out of bounds, and a corner kick coming up here for Syracuse. Titans, set piece opportunity. A goal here would give them that insurance goal. A 2-0 lead. Here down the stretch, 5 minutes is all that's left in the 6A Girls Soccer State Championship game. Set piece opportunity, ball whipped in right in front of Collings, who punches it away. And now Bassett tracks it down. Bassett taking it up towards the sideline. Out of bounds and out, and a throw-in coming up here for Lone Peak. Martin clears it away. Out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Titans. 4:30 left. Brown throws it in. Finds Thompson, heavy touch. Brown back on the end of it. Hey, Mooley heads it away. And now here's Christensen. Ball booted up and away by Hobbs. Talia Thompson gets on the end of it, inside the box. Thompson, heavy touch, and cleared out by Lone Peak. Harding almost lost possession. Levitt to Zettner. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Lone Peak, taken quickly. Ball booted up. Over the top. Christensen, awkward header away. Lands at Ivy Harding. Harding goes to ground. Trying to play it back into Kate Fuller. Ball cleared away. Stratton taking it up the sideline. Sadie Stratton crosses it in. Hughes is there, who just clears it away. Eddie clears it out. Syracuse now holding on defensively. Hughes pokes it through. Eddie giving chase. Collings off her line, and Eliza Collings will boot it away with 2:45 left. Hughes clearing it out. Piercy. Taylor Hughes trying to bring it in. Over the top. Eddie giving chase. And now Eddie in behind. Eddie can put this game away. Right-footed shot and puts it into the back of the net. Eddie scores for Syracuse. And it's the Titans. 2-goal lead. With 2:18 left to go, the Titans have taken a 2-goal lead. It's Eddie. And we resume action. Still plenty of time here for the Knights. Levitt. Ball out wide. Stratton gets it back to Levitt. Levitt crosses it in. A corner kick coming up now for Lone Peak. Ball whipped in quickly. And at the near post, Christensen clears it away. Wanted no part of it. Ball whipped in again, this time back post. Header through from Fuller, and Martin at the back post now clearing it away. 1:35. Fuller again trying to take it quick. Ball whipped in near post. Martin there, loose in front of goal, and cleared out by Syracuse. Fuller takes the shot from distance and safely into the hands of Aaron Bott. Bott will now clear it away. Piercy giving chase. Into the hands of Collings. Eliza Collings clears it away. 1 minute left. The defending 6A champion, the back-to-back 6A champion in trouble. Ball up to Eddie, or excuse me, that's Thompson. "30 seconds left. Ball comes down. Ball goes out. And there is the countdown. The Syracuse student section on their feet. And let the celebration begin. For the first time in Syracuse girls soccer history, the Syracuse Titans are your 6A state champions. Down goes Lone Peak, and standing in the rubble is a new 6A champion as the Titans come over to the near sideline to celebrate with their student section. The final score, the Titans winning it 2-0 thanks to goals from Taylor Hughes and Eddie in the second half. As both sides here to meet at the center to shake hands for the Lone Peak Knights. They had a chance for a three-peat, something that hasn't been done before in 6A, and will have to wait for a three-peat. The Knights graduating a big senior class last year, still had a ton of returning talent. But Chantel Jolly and that coaching staff doing a phenomenal job of always being able to replace that talent. And there's no doubt Lone Peak will be back. We wait here at America First Field for the trophy presentations as the celebrations continue here for the Titans. Second place trophy will be handed off now to Lone Peak. And now for the first place presentation. Handing it off to Aaron Baugh and Christensen. The trophy's in the air, and the Syracuse Titans, 6A state champions. Again, for the first time ever in Syracuse girls soccer history, their first state title here in the year of 2025. The final pictures here being taken at the center circle as the celebrations for the Titans. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. I'm Alex Annapolis. Big shout out to Vince Francis on the camera. And from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. More girls soccer action happening tomorrow, but this concludes the 4A, 5A, and 6A girls soccer season. And until next time.